For MrBeast, having an insane amount of money means spending it on entirely crazy things. What exactly do we mean? Let's take a look. Starting off, here's a project that's actually had a positive impact, the 20 Million Tree Project. This is a project that MrBeast started with the goal of, well, as the name claims, planting 20 million trees. The project actually managed to get a lot of traction from some of MrBeast's favorite YouTubers like PewDiePie. Jimmy himself also donated a whopping $100,000 to the project, going to show just how dedicated he was to the entire thing. He gained the top donation on the leaderboard with this massive contribution, and of course, because he wanted to show everyone that he stayed true to his word, he uploaded a video of him planting the trees on his YouTube channel. The project ended up being a huge success, and in the end, they planted not just 20 million, but close to 24 million trees in total. That's a huge accomplishment for anyone, let alone a YouTuber who was empowered by a bunch of people on the internet. I guess it goes to show that social media is as powerful a platform as anything nowadays. This project is still ongoing, so if anyone wants to donate and get their name on the leaderboard alongside the likes of Elon Musk, then it's definitely possible. Though it's going to take a lot of money because Elon donated 1 million trees. Speaking of things you can only do with a lot of money, the next one is a bit too crazy. MrBeast set up his own car dealership. Jimmy is known to be really kind and he loves to give things away, but he really blew fans away when in one video he decided to set up his own car dealership. This meant that he not only gave away a single car, but multiple. I can't even imagine what it must have been like for fans to randomly stumble across a car dealership only to learn that it was run by MrBeast himself. Anyone who walked into the dealership drove away with a free car. Some of the cars cost as little as $3 to $5.
How about if you beat a different challenge, I might consider it.
Okay.
So give me a second.
I didn't know that I could just challenge Jimmy for his Tesla.
There's no way I win a Tesla here, right?
I have 10 cups and I'm gonna grab a cheese ball. If he guesses the cup with the cheese ball, he can have a Tesla.
And for some of these vehicles, he was even giving people $1,000 or more if they took them. I'd call it a dream come true, but even my dreams aren't that great. This is something out of a fairy tale for anyone who may be struggling to get their own car. Collectively, it must have cost Jimmy hundreds of thousands of dollars to manage to achieve something like this, but it did lead to some amazing content and some very happy fans. So I guess it all worked out in the end. Jimmy's generous spirit doesn't just end there, though. In fact, he gave a fan $1 million. We're talking about MrBeast's first $1 million sponsorship. One of the biggest reasons why Jimmy's channel blew up was because he used to give things away to people.
This might be the one for you.
Try it out. All right.
Oh.
All wrong. There's something wrong. What's that gas? Yes, it is.
And so it only made sense to him to give away all the money that he received from his first ever $1 million sponsorship. Instead of trying to make a fancy video, MrBeast simply made one where he was giving cash in the form of food to people who may need it. So pretty much everything that he earned from that sponsorship was given away. That sounds like the most insane thing ever, but when your entire channel has been built around the idea of giving away huge sums of money, it almost seems a bit fitting. In the video, fans saw MrBeast purchase $1 million worth of food and donate it to food banks.
That's on Snapchat. Yep. All right, well, I guess we're a Snapchat channel now. You know, it's like the billboard said, the house is $1. You want me to show you around?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, come on in, guys.
The video was made around the time COVID had really done a number on food banks because people had just been hoarding so much, and so it was definitely appreciated by tons of people, I'm sure. People were amazed by his generosity and realized that he was willing to give away huge sums of money if it meant that he could help others out. That being said, not all of the money that MrBeast spends is in the form of charity. He spent a good portion of it on some seriously extravagant purchases.
You know, I knew it would go viral and I just kind of had to like just put in the hours, you know?
Well, okay, let's talk about that. So you're 20 now, but you started your YouTube channel when you were 12.
Yes, on an older channel, deleted it, then I...
And the first...
Do you know Jimmy has a private island? MrBeast spent $730,000 on a private island. Yep, you heard that right. But of course, being who he is, he didn't just stop there. While having an island itself sounds like a great place to hang out with your friends, Jimmy decided he'd take his friendship to the next level by challenging his friends to a competition. He gave them a bunch of different tasks that they had to do, and the first person to complete them gained ownership of the entire $1 million island. Some of these challenges were pretty easy, like seeing who was subscribed to PewDiePie.
Never mind, guys, I lied. It's not for hidden cameras, but it's for hiding things. You just pop it open, slide your ingredients inside. It's actually pretty big. Close it up, boom. I'm mind blown, honestly.
Are you mind blown?
Like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna like hide.
But of course, if he's giving away an entire island, then you could be sure that a lot of challenges were super tough as well. The island had everything you'd expect from a private island. There was a beach, a jungle, and even a cave. Hey, if it costs as much as it does, I'd definitely expect it to have at least one cave and one jungle. This isn't the only time MrBeast has treated his friends by giving them a mind-bogglingly expensive prize. MrBeast bought his friend a house. In another video, Jimmy was seen destroying his friend's house as a prank. You may be thinking that a prank like this would land someone in jail. After all, building a house can take one's entire life savings.
Whatever furniture you think your friend would like in this house, I don't care what it costs. If you think your friend would like it, buy it. This is the next house, and we're gonna do something different.
What are we doing?
I want Tariq to give his camera to Carl, and then Brady give your camera to Chris. Now we have the Goofy Goobers filming, and we have our cameraman here. Hey.
But as it turns out, he only did it because he planned on giving his friend a completely new house, one that was much better than his previous one. In the end, we suppose his friend came out with a brand new house, so he couldn't have been too upset about losing his old one. A house is at least a useful thing that has purpose, and sometimes MrBeast spends his money on things that are completely useless. Jimmy spent $70,000 on a gold pizza. Spending this much money on anything could make people double-check their finances, and so it's even more difficult to imagine spending it on a single meal. But that's exactly what Jimmy did.
Really awesome.
Oh, MrBeast.
Oh, MrBeast. MrBeast, this is delectable.
Please, call me Jimmy.
It doesn't taste like steak, you're right. It tastes like something else.
Would you say it's better than a filet mignon?
You can't even compare this to a filet mignon. This tastes like bacon.
We never swear in our videos.
In one of his videos, MrBeast spent $70,000 to get a pizza that actually had real gold in it. But that's not all. In the video, not only did he treat his friends and himself with a pizza costing $70,000, but they also enjoyed some other expensive delicacies.
Looks like a cinnamon roll.
So much is going on, it's so cool.
I made a nice sauce with a 26-year-old scotch.
What? That looks so mesmerizing.
Jimmy ate a steak that cost $2,000, then his friend dined on a taco that cost $5,000. Turns out almost everything they ate tasted amazing, and considering just how expensive most of these meals were, I'd expect it to be the best thing ever.
It means it's gone through the entire body.
All right, Chris, this is a $4,000 meal.
I'm a meat guy, so I'm gonna start off with the meat.
Eat it.
Oh, that's good.
Is it? Okay.
This is old-fashioned taste.
This is amazing.
Despite all this, it's still not the most expensive thing he's spent money on. Jimmy gave away 40 cars to his 40 millionth subscriber. MrBeast didn't spare any expenses back when he got 40 million subscribers. He gave away 40 functional cars to this lucky subscriber, and they weren't cheap either. They included the likes of the Tesla Model 3. With that many cars, the person could straight up open their very own car dealership, but it just goes to show how generous Jimmy really is when it comes to appreciating his fans. Though these are just some of the insane examples of the way he's spent his money, they are far from the only ones. Let me know in the comments section below which of these was the most insane in your opinion, and we'll see you in the next video.